Hey baby, what you know good? I'm just getting back, but you knew I would. Starting the day off singing, y'all. Starting the day off singing. It can't be a bad day when you started off singing. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting it off singing. Well, welcome to afrologikblog number 3. I'm proud of myself, still staying consistent. I'm doing these blogs. I'm still writing every day. Yesterday, I posted my 48th blog on Afrologic, and I'm proud of that. Time is moving, I'm moving. Everything is just moving, it's going the way it's supposed to go. I'm so grateful for that right now. I'm just, really grateful for that. I don't want to backtrack on bad things. I'm just, doing what I have to do in order to get what I want to have. That is work, which is what I'm going to talk about today. Listening to the messages that you sent, especially when you ask for them. Messages from the universe, whoever your God is. When you ask that power, that creative power, to give you answers or signs, whatever, you definitely need to be patient and wait for the answers. So here's my story. All of my life, for most of my life, I have dealt with emotional issues, mostly depression. And it always would be on and off. Sometimes I'd be really happy, and then some days I'd just be a drag. And I got so good. It's really so used to that situation that I could be out somewhere and I would appear to be having the time of my life, laughing, hanging out, chilling, whatever, and would be dying inside. And I had gotten so good that nobody ever knew what I was dealing with. But I'd go home and I'd be kicking walls and breaking shit because I'm just not happy. So for the last few months, well, not the last few months, but months ago, let's just say I went through a bout that was months long of just every day I would run the whole gambit of emotion. I would be happy, sad, depressed, excited, crying, laughing, tired, bouncing off the walls. I went through all of these emotions every single day, and let me tell you, that's torture. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation. If you have, my heart goes out to you because I totally know what that feels like. I went through that for months, and I was like unbearable. It could not live with me. I had my 2 sons live with me, and I was impossible to live with. I was worrying them because I'm not a crier, but I would be sitting here writing, and all of a sudden just waterworks, and I can't stop it, and they ask me why, and I don't really have an answer. So this went on every single day for months. And then finally, I got the help that I needed. I talked to a therapist. I've been talking to therapists on and off for as long as I can remember, but now I have a really good one that I'm real comfortable with talking about. So we worked some things out slowly but surely. I got back around to being what really is my true self, which is the person who writes those blogs, the person who records vlogs. That's who I really am. So I'm back to that. But then I started kind of like, how do I say it? I knew that, it was something that was missing. I know that I'm so connected with the universe, I'm so connected. I know this. And I'm like, wanting more. Like, okay, I have my mind straight right now. I've been doing exercises that keep my mind straight. I have save words, when things are going horribly. I have words that I just say so that it snaps me out of that. I have all of this, but I want more. Because I'm sitting here like, I don't like where I live. I live in Clarksville, Tennessee. I don't like living here. And I'm like focusing on all these things that I don't like. And even with the new state of mind, that was not helping. Dealing with, I don't like my job. I don't like where I live. I got to get out of here. And it just became a big mess. Even though I wasn't crying and going through a whole bunch of emotions anymore, but it felt like it was just a big knot right here. So I decided I'm gonna sacrifice some things. You know, I like wine. I'm gonna give up wine, and I'm gonna give it up for the universe, and I'm gonna sacrifice the kind of fast from it. I'm gonna wait for a sign from what I want to do because my goal is to move to Los Angeles. I want to live there. So, okay, you got to show me how to do this because I don't know how to do it. So I make this sacrifice to the universe. I'm gonna wait for the sign, right? In the meantime, I'm watching all these blogs on YouTube, and there's a couple really good ones. One is called $500 in a Duffel Bag, and the other one is called, I want to say it's called Change Your Life or something like that. But anyway, it's sister, her name is Erykah Badu, and she left Hollywood, Florida to move to LA. She had no family there, no friends there, never been there. But she just she wanted to change her life, so she decided to move there. She bought a one-way plane ticket, as so did the guy from $500 in a Duffel Bag. Bought a plane ticket, one way, moved there, no job, no place to stay, no nothing. So I'm watching all of hers is like 95 episodes long, and there's times in that blog where I'm like, is this chick trying to turn me off? Is she trying to tell me not to do it? But as time goes by, it gets better and better, but it gets worse and then it gets better. You know how pretty much the valley of life, that's how it goes. But worse for her because she moved to a foreign place with nothing. Eventually she turned out all right. She's still there. The end of it didn't end the way I really wanted it to, but I found her on Facebook, so I'm following her even more now, but she's doing fine. So I'm like wondering at that point, is this what the universe sent me to do? Because I'm up at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching these videos knowing I got to go to work in the morning. Hold on. I'm still a little sick. I'm still coughing and stuff. So I'm like, is this the message that the universe is trying to send me? That I should watch these videos and then see if I still want to do it? I'm like, nah, that's just me seeing, how other people have managed to do this. But the thing about it was that the series of blogs just kind of fell in my lap. I wasn't looking for them. It was just like right there. And if you go on YouTube, you got tons of blogs of people going, this is why you should move to LA. And then you got people going, this is why you shouldn't move to LA. Then you got people going, I'm in LA and I'm loving it. And then you got people going, I'm trying to get the hell out of LA. So, but you're going to get that kind of mixed reviews about any place, I mean, everything seems better. They say the grass seems greener on the other side of the fence. Yeah, but the grass here in Clarksville for me has been dead since I got here. I've been in Tennessee for 10 years. I don't know anybody here. So I'm originally from Michigan. So I'm fasting on my wine, and I'm meditating, and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. And then finally, I'm at peace, and I'm just waiting on my message. I'm waiting. I'm not breaking my covenant because I'm waiting on my message. And then, bam, everything started going wrong around here and home. And I'm like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to get my one-way ticket. I'm leaving everybody behind. I'm going to get my one-way ticket. I don't care. I will sleep on a park bench, but I have to get out of here. And this is all while in the covenant. So that night, I actually said out loud, forget this, universe. It's taking you too long. I'm having my wine, okay? So I go to the store, got a bottle of Merlot. That's my favorite wine. Got a bottle of Merlot. A friend of mine, homegirl, that I hadn't talked to in a long time, just up and called me. And I was talking to her on the phone. I'm drinking my wine and I'm writing. All these things going on at the same time. So after I got off the phone with her and finished with what I was writing, I went to bed. Actually, hardly anybody who knows me knows that when I can go to bed, but I probably won't be asleep for 4 or 5 hours. So I actually went to sleep that night, and I dreamed that I had my one-way ticket, and I was going to get on the plane The plane was gonna come and pick me up. Now, how a plane was gonna drive down the street, pull up in the parking lot, beep the horn like, yo, I'm here. I'm waiting, come on. You know, how that was gonna happen, I don't know. But the airplane was gonna come and pick me up, but the airplane was like super late. So I'm like belly aching now, and I'm like, anyway, I need to go get some money because I don't have cash, and I know that if I go to get some cash, the plane is gonna come and I'm gonna miss the plane, and you know I'm wilding out. You know, I need to get some cash. I just need some cash to take with me. All I have is debit, and this is where it gets really stupid. I gotta have cash because not all the vendors on Venice Beach will take a debit card, so I have to have cash. So I'm worried about buying stuff on Venice Beach, and I need cash, but I have not, at least in the dream, I didn't know where I was gonna stay, none of that kind of stuff. So I'm belly aching over that, and I end up going into this room inside of this house, an apartment, or whatever it was, and in that room was Erykah Badu. And so I started bitching at her about, you know, the whole story. This plane is late. I need to get some money. I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, if I go get money, I don't know if I'm gonna miss the plane, and, you know, the whole, everything I just said. And she's just sitting there nice and calm in this chair, and then she just said, you gotta be patient. The plane is coming. You just gotta be patient. You know what's going on with the government shutdown, TSA, you know, they kind of wilding out right now. You gotta chill and you gotta be patient. And that was it. I don't know if the plane ever came because I woke up. So that morning I woke up and I had texted that dream to to my daughter, and I sent it to my friend Brandon, who I've been knowing him for so long that I don't remember a time that I didn't know him. Excuse me. I don't remember a time that I didn't know Brandon. So told them about the dream, and they both said, it's telling you you got to be patient. It's telling you you got to slow down. You cannot just go get a one-way ticket and then just gate up out of here. You can't do that. And I'm like, no, because people have done that. And if they can do it, I can do it. These people didn't know nobody, never been to LA. I've been there. I know people there. I can definitely find a floor or a couch to sleep on until I find a place. No. And then I thought, you know what? The universe sent Erykah Badu to give me the message. I love Miss Badu. I consider her my older sister that I've never had. So and the universe always uses Erykah Badu when it's trying to get me to pay attention to something. So I'm like, okay, Erykah said I got to be patient. But was Erykah saying I got to be patient before moving to Los Angeles, or is Erykah Badu saying you shouldn't have drank that wine last night, you should have just been patient? But I really believe that that was the message that I needed to get, and that it was, whether I had drank that wine or not, I was going to get that message on that night. So I chilled. You know, it took a while, but I chilled. It's okay. I cannot just get in a plane and just, you know, fly to LA and slum it. I can't do that. I'm not a half-assed person. You know, I don't do things that way, and because of that, it wouldn't have worked. So what I did was I made a list of all the things that I would need and what I need to do in order to make the dream happen. It came up to 16 things, and every day I would work on that. I mean, I still am. We work on that list. I have this little notebook about that big where I write down what I need to do and what class do I need to take. I know what I want to do when I get over there. What class do I have to take to make this happen? How much does it cost to take the class? How much is the state test? You know, I'm looking at all of these kind of things. I'm adding stuff up. Okay, wow, that's way less expensive than I had planned. Okay, start looking at apartment complexes. How much do I need to make in order to live at least close to somewhere where, you know, where I can I can start in a decent area, because I'm kind of spoiled to decent areas. So, where can I, you know, how much is it going to cost me to do that? Okay, this, and this. Okay, if I can make this happen, then this will be easy to do. And so I'm like, okay, according to all the different blogs that I've seen, they say you need to have at least $5,000 in your pocket, you know, to even go over there and start. Like, okay, money, I don't really worry about it because money is always there. I got it, you know, it's just sometimes a matter of figuring out how to get to it. So I was talking to my ex-husband, which he and I are real, we're good friends. And he was like, "You got $5,000. You got that real easy. You got more than $5,000. You don't worry about that. You're gonna be fine once you get over there." I was like, "Okay." Thought about what he said, so now I had to start putting together a financial plan, which I'm still working on, to get the money. Because when I get over there, I am not staying in a hostel, because I'm not the hostel kind. So I go, okay, I'm looking at that. Then I go on Airbnb. Okay, so if I get there and I don't have a place to stay, how much is it going to cost me to stay at an Airbnb, excuse me, for at least a month until I can get straight. Now I started putting all of these things together and realized not only can I do this, but it's not going to take as long as I had imagined. So there's no reason to jump the gun and be like, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." There's no reason to do that. So I'm excited. I have my little 16-point list. I taped it up on my closet door because I sleep on my right side. So when I wake up, the first thing I would see is that list in prints. So I'm looking at that list every day. It's the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning. It's the last thing I see before I go to sleep at night. So I'm constantly seeing this list, and in my mind, I'm marking things off the list, and things are going, I'm working on it. I'm looking at everything that I needed to cover, and I'm looking at, okay, buy a car while you're in Tennessee, because it's going to cost way more if you wait over there and buy a car. So get a car here and just drive that mother to LA. It's going to take a long time, but you're going to need a car. So I'm looking at all of that kind of stuff, and then I took a soak. I laid down in the tub and took a soak. And while I'm laying there, I thought about what my mind told me. Well, when you were, both times that you went to visit LA, do you remember the high level of poverty there? Do you remember seeing people sleeping in sleeping bags outside? And do you remember seeing people sleeping underneath bridges and things like that? And I was like, yeah, that's a drag, man. Yeah, I remember all of that. And then my mind said, knowing that that could be your fate, you want to move to probably the most expensive state in the country. Knowing that that could end up being your fate, do you still want to go? Are you sure this is what you want to do? So I laid there for a while and I thought about it. Like, here in Tennessee, I have my apartment. I have a job. I don't really care for it, but I have a job. I have a car. We have food. We have heat when it's cold. We have air when it's hot. This is a comfortable situation. I don't live in a tiny apartment. I live in a nice size apartment. If I move to LA, when I move to LA rather, I'm going to have an apartment probably half the size of this one. And so I'm thinking, I am comfortable. But I'm not happy. It's two different things. I'm not really happy. I'm just comfortable. I'm ready to be happy because I haven't had that in my adult life. So my answer to the question was, yeah, knowing that that could be my fate, I'm willing to take that risk because I'm not going to find what I'm looking for here. If I haven't found it in 10 years, I'm not going to. But I am willing to jump up and take a big giant leap and try to find something that really does make me happy. I feel good in LA. I don't stand out in a place where everybody stands out. It's just the whole vibe. That's what I want, and I know that that's what it's going to take for me to be happy. And if I have to live there and I do great and I live the dream for 6 months, and then I end up on a park bench or under a bridge, I would have known what it was like to be happy for a while. And I have not had that in my adult life. So yes, I'm willing to take that risk. So my mind, universe, whoever was speaking to me at that point said, right on, sister, then you on the right path. That's what you're supposed to do. If that's what you're looking for, that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm never going to be on a park bench. I'm not a person without family. I can always, if things don't work out, I know what I got to do. And so all of this is happening, and so I go back to the dream. where I'm like, okay, I'm so worried about having cash because the only reason in that dream that I needed cash so bad was so I could spend it on Venice Beach. No place to live, no job, no, well, I know people there, but just you don't have the bare necessities, but your dumb ass has got your needle stuck on the fact that you won't be able to spend money on Venice Beach. Why did that part happen? Because you can't jump the gun. You got to take your time. You got to be patient, and you got to wait for the proper message. Your mind and your soul is not going to lead you astray. It's only our stupid minds that come up with stuff like, I'm gonna need money to buy some trinkets on Venice Beach that I probably won't even have next week. You know, that's what our minds go. Yeah, I gotta have money for that. Not I need to build. I need a place to start once I get there. You know, mind don't. I mean, our human mind don't go there. You know, the human part of us, we don't go there. But the spirit that guides our mind and heart goes, you're probably gonna need somewhere to live, you know. So, so that's what that's where I'm at with it. So my message with all of this craziness, you know, like Erykah Badu told me, you got to be patient. If you are waiting for the spirit of the universe to give you a message, whoever your God is, whoever you, I don't want to say worship, but kind of, yeah. Whoever it is that you are guided by, if you ask them and you are sacrificing and you building a covenant with that spirit, be patient because it knows what it's doing. And I promise you that you don't know what you're doing. Jumping the gun, getting a one-way ticket, going to a foreign place and starting a life is for some people. It might be for you. It's not for me because I can't live in a hostel. You know, I can't have 12 roommates. You know, and if I can't live that life of, you know, I have no problem with living a minimalized life. I mean, I'm not an extravagant person. So I don't have to have, you know, all of the fancy trinkets and whatnot that, you know, or the latest and the greatest things. It's not who I am. But I cannot live in a hostel. I am a little bit spoiled to living, hold on. I am a little bit spoiled to live in decent neighborhoods. I have to be in a decent neighborhood. But I'm saying all this to say that if, my daughter just texted me and it's interesting and I don't want to read it, go away. If I'm going to have these things, if I'm going to live that life, even as minimal as what I just described is, I got to get myself together first. These other people did it. They lived in hostels. They slept on floors. They lived in homeless shelters even. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that route. So I have to stop, put a plan together, go to school, do something that is highly marketable there so that I can have a life, you know, and I don't expect it to be easy, but all of that to say, follow the spirit, especially if you ask for it. I asked the universe to give me questions and then had the nerve and gall to tell the universe, you're taking too long. I'm having my wine. Damn that. And I got the message still, but I don't know. I'm just so grateful that things are coming together. I'm so grateful that maybe the universe felt like I needed to have a glass of wine. I don't know. I'm so grateful to see, to have had the capacity to put together a plan, to have the capacity to work on that plan every single day. And any time that I decide I'm going to take a break from it, I just look at my life. If you don't build on this plan, you're going to stay here in your nice little comfortable life that does not bring happiness. It only brings comfort. So I'm signing off. Listen to the universe. Let your mind and your soul be led. Don't try to lead it because you don't know where you're going. So that's my story. Follow afrologikblog. There's the link. And also, 25 minutes, huh? if you have stayed with me for this full 25 minutes, um, I'm also, a lot of people ask me questions. I'd be happy to answer them. If you look down here where the link is, there's my Afrologic email address also. I do invite you to ask me questions. Please keep them clean because I will not answer any ridiculous messages. I'm just straight up. I'm not going to do that. If you want me to answer them and you want to remain anonymous, put that in the body of the email. And if you don't tell me whether or not you want to be anonymous, it does not necessarily mean that I'm going to use your name when I respond, but I might. But if you tell me that you don't want that, you want it to be anonymous, I will definitely honor that. So you all go on to be beautiful and do beautiful things and enjoy your life. Listen to the universe, stay grounded, and that's it. I hope that what I've said, my little story that really happened last week, I hope that it's helped somebody. And that's that. Deuces.